from that moment when I realized there was water in the backyard, we had about 15 minutes before before the water would have covered our cars in the driveway. So the water level came up about 4 feet in about 15 minutes.
The sound of the river beyond the trees was being echoed off the bricks, and it was a roar, and that struck me. This is really not good.
We were walking, it was up to our chest, and there was no current right there. And then it got up to our neck, and we were still fine. But as soon as we got onto Pennington Bend, we crossed over the guardrail. It was like another river was going down Pennington Bend. We all got swept away, and I got to the shore first, and then my friend got on the rocks a little farther, and then my neighbor luckily grabbed onto a little twig, and my friend pulled him up.
And it looked as if with some sort of a vengeance, that water just rushed into our home. So it rose so quickly that it didn't give us an opportunity, I guess, to be proactive. We were more reactive, so to speak.
A log had come downstream and hit the motor on the boat. The boat had stalled, and they were free floating downstream till they hit a trailer. The boat started lisping, so two of the OEM personnel and 2 police officers that were in this boat conducting rescue operations abandoned the boat and got on top of the trailer. The trailer began to move off its foundation and float with them on it. A real intense situation.
And then they had to drive the boat around. Well, so many cars were submerged that he had to be careful driving the boat that he didn't hit a car. It was just unbelievable. The whole place was, at this point, just a lake.
There were some pretty crazy stories from other people who had not been lucky enough to wake up and move out. There was a guy down the street had a bass boat on a trailer in his driveway, and he and his girlfriend, basically, when the water came up over the floors, it woke them up, and they sloshed out to the bass boat with with a 6-pack of beer, and sat in this bass boat as it floated around in their driveway, waiting for somebody with a canoe, and that finally came to get them. But I think they killed the 6-pack while they were waiting for the canoe.
I just had shoulder surgery. I'm not going through this again. But about that time, a chair floated out from the den. And so he said, just step on that. So I did, and he got me on top of the fence, and then I got on top of the carport.
Called me on the cell and said, Dad, you're not going to believe this, but Mr. Warren's house behind us has got water coming out of his dining room window. I said, you are kidding. I said, where is it in relation to our house?
Every day when we were at the house, cleaning out the house, people would bring food back. Red Cross would bring food. So people were so supportive of us. And that helped so much. It helped so much.
Nearby person from the neighborhood across the street from us had his fishing boat out there and was rescuing people from our neighborhood.
That night, by candlelight, we just sat around talking. We said prayers together and talked, and Jamal got his guitar out. We had saved the guitars. We saved cars and guitars. That was basically it. We sang songs. We had just a wonderful time. It was just, wonderful. I always feel close to them from now on, that's for sure.